if we can reframe entrepreneurship and tell people, don't follow the next trend. It's not about is cannabis hot, or crypto is hot, or real estate is hot, or apparel is hot, or coffee is like, no.
Coffee's always hot.
Yeah, there you go, brother. No. What do you like, Susan? What do you like, Enrica? What do you like, Jonathan, Johan, Samuel? What are you about? You're into music? Okay. Through hell or high water, your business needs to be about music, because here's why. I promise you, to everyone who's listening, if you make $318,000 a year doing music, you will be 4 billion times happier than making $730,000 a year in real estate.
100,000%. The number of friends from business school who went into management consulting and banking, where you make the most money, almost all of them are terribly miserable, just
vulnerable. They're vulnerable.
Substance abuse.
Yep.
They make millions of dollars a year, but it's not worth it because you're selling your life to do that.
You're vulnerable. Even the ones, Dave, that don't fully crack, right? The ones that don't do substance abuse, the ones that don't have infidelity, the ones that don't do whatever humans do, food, many people just eat their way out of their, because they had the gene to not use drinking and drugs, but they're using food. Or something that people don't see, they use weekends and holidays and interests to deal. Here's one, my friends who are listening, again, respecting the living shit out of this audience, having a good sense of what Dave's built here from afar. I know how thoughtful the people are that are listening to this podcast and what journey they're on. I don't know where they are in their journey, but I get this, I have a sense that you're on this journey for more thoughtfulness and all this stuff. You have to hear what I'm about to say. My friends, if you're a human being that wakes up on Friday and you're ecstatic for the day to end, and you wake up on Monday and you are crushed that the week is starting, you are not in a good place. I'm telling you, you're not. It doesn't mean you don't love your family and what you do on the weekend. That's remarkable. But if you're in a place where you are so not fulfilled at work that you live for the weekend, and we're filming this, I don't know when you're gonna put it out, but we're filming it on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And all of us are excited in America and other places that, obviously it's fun to spend time with family. And I know that all the jokes that Aunt Sue and all that, but it's great, and vacation and late August and Christmas, I get it. But I'm talking to the people, and I'm hoping you're listening to this randomly on a Friday or Monday and this hits you in the core. My friend, if you are really unhappy, I'm not naive. I love when people think and consume my content and they think I'm delusional. I'm aware that
you're not.
I know that you have debt. I know that you have bills to pay. I'm talking that happiness is worth fighting for. Happiness is worth selling your home to get out of debt and rent a house or an apartment, even though all of you are not doing this because of judgment. Happiness is worth fighting for. If your job is killing you, don't come home and use Netflix or food or alcohol or video games or go into your favorite sports team's games as your escape from work. Use those evenings to crush on LinkedIn to get a job offer to get you out of it. You cannot, with the amount that the world works, even though we've got it better, we're better than we've been with work-life balance in America. Other parts have it better. By the way, on work-life balance, some people are a pig in shit working 70 hours a week. Some people are devastated working 25 hours a week. When it's not right, you must fight to change it, even if you have to take a step back in front of all your family and friends with your luxuries. Go exchange the BMW to the dealership and drive a Toyota. Don't go to the Four Seasons when you go to Disney. Go to the Holiday Inn like I did when I was a kid. It's okay. Don't buy I'm sorry on this one, David. Don't buy $7 coffee. Make your own tea for a little while. Reform your dollars to give you the breathing room to reset your life. Because if you do not like what you do, it encapsulates your it suffocates everything. That's entrepreneurship. That's work. That's my relationship with it. And just like with food and mentality, We've made huge advancements in the last 20 years. I don't believe that we've gotten to the 301, 401 conversation. I believe what I'm talking about today, which is not the common talk of entrepreneurship, will become the normalized talk in 25 years. That we'll understand that the joy of the process, not the riches we get from it, is the game of entrepreneurship and work, and that is what we have to fight for.
It is. Except, do you have to fight for it? I feel like the fighting part was really the first 35 years of life, right? I'm fighting, and some of that came from being bullied, to be perfectly honest.
Makes sense.
Right. And at a certain point, I did enough of the gratitude, forgiveness, the neurofeedback, the meditation around the world, all that kind of stuff. And I just realized I'm moving towards something that matters. So I feel like I was fighting for the first half. In the second half, I was moving towards something greater. And there was a quantitative shift in it. You
and I are saying the same exact thing. What I'm saying is...
There wasn't a fighting energy at the second half. It was like, I'm going to do this because it's what's important. It's what matters for the world.
Because the first part was your fighting.
Yeah. So how do people make the shift from fighting against towards moving into?
Honestly, I view that as semantics.
Okay.
Dave, right? Like I swear I do. What I'm saying is, if you're 49 and you're sitting and listening to this, which many 49-year-olds will, given our audiences, I can't let you, out of the goodness of my heart and I'm a hoper. I love to hope. I will hope. I can't let you just throw up your hands and say, well, it's not in the cards for me to enjoy my professional career. Gary, you don't get it. Like, I'm pretty good. My teenagers are 15 and 14. Just a couple of more years and I think that's worth fighting for. Challenge yourself. Look, we've known each other long enough where maybe you noticed somewhere about 8 or 9 years ago, my physical health got better. I got better. Yeah. And when I tell you, nothing on earth comes less natural to me than eating well and working out. And I mean nothing. And I lived my whole life being a poor student, but being successful, being liked, and being successful. And so I thought I was one of these people who was crushing what came easy to them and punted, right? Because I wasn't even willing to get C's. I got D's and F's. So I thought in my 20s, I know who I am. And I saw that in my mother. If it comes natural, quadruple down superhero.
Smart.
And I agree. And I still believe in that. But what I thought was, doesn't come natural, punt. I'll give you one in business and in life that I struggled with. GaryVee on a podcast like this, candorous at a Hall of Fame level. Gary Vaynerchuk, the human being at work, if he liked you, which usually happened within the first 2 days of you working for him, could not be candorous because he didn't like delivering bad news, which led to all the sloppiness in my career.
Same here. That's you could almost say that twice. Yes, you gotta be kind, not nice.
That's right. There's I hope I can find my book. I don't see it. Let me know. Anyway, my last book, 12 and a half, I see it there, but I won't make a mess of it. I call it kind candor. My half, I talk about 13 traits that I think are really needed to win the game. One man's humble, subjective point of view of business and being a leader. And I called it 12 and a half because I wanted to be vulnerable and say, this one's a big one. It's called kind candor. I'm only at a 5 out of 10 right now. And by the way, that might be nice, me grading my own homework. Today, I'm probably a 4 out of 10. But fuck, 3-4 years ago, I was a 1 out of 10. And when I look back at my 25 years, the only people that know me, that don't feel remarkable about me, were people that I wasn't able to be candorous to and I had to fire, and I surprised them because I didn't warn them. And more importantly, now that I look at it, the reason I used to think it was good that I wasn't deploying kind candor was I didn't want people to be scared. And I hate fear. Dave, when I tell you what I spend a lot of time thinking about is how people weaponize fear on everything and how much it breaks my heart. Well, I thought I was doing this great thing as a boss because people weren't scared. What I realized, the lowest point of my professional career was when I realized, oh my God, people now really know me in my company. And because they know they might get surprised fired because they've seen it happen to others, they're actually scared. My lack of candor is creating fear, and it's changed everything for me personally, professionally, and So anyway, I know I'm bouncing around because I'm excited to be on this show and I'm hoping somebody gets value out of this talk.
There's great value. You're teaching people the stuff they don't teach you in business school about how to think.
I think so. Like I think these things really fucking matter. I think the EQ part of life, IQ is getting commoditized. Fuck with AI, I mean like fuck. The IQ is getting commoditized. It's the EQ.